Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com. The Biden administration is claiming that this past summer was the third hottest on record in the United States. This claim is coming from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, often referred to as NOAA. Let's take a look at NOAA's own temperature data to see if what they're saying is correct. The percent of days above 90 degrees Fahrenheit this past summer in the United States was 42nd highest on record. And the percent of days above 95 degrees Fahrenheit, or 35 degrees Celsius, was 39th highest on record and just slightly above average. The percent of the United States to reach 95 degrees Fahrenheit sometime during the summer was 61st lowest on record. The average mean temperature this past summer in the United States was 17th highest on record, with the three hottest summers being 1936, 1934, and 1901. This past summer was nowhere near third hottest and was quite a bit cooler than the actual third hottest in 1901. So let's take a look at how the Biden administration created this fake news. This graph is made from the actual thermometer data, which is readily available from the NOAA website. But before NOAA generates graphs for public consumption, they massively tamper with the data like this. The graph they show the public indicates that this past summer was third hottest on record. Let me flip back and forth a few times between the actual thermometer data and the tampered data which they released to the public. Tampered, actual, tampered, actual. NOAA corrupts the data by warming the present and massively cooling the past. By tampering with the data, the Biden administration creates a fake warming trend which doesn't actually exist. This graph shows the alterations they make to the data. They cooled 1901 by more than 1.5 degrees, and they warmed this year by almost half a degree. The only thing that was third highest on record this year was the amount of data tampering done by government agencies. This version of the graph plots the amount of data tampering versus year. Instead of plotting year along the x-axis, let's plot the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It becomes very clear how NOAA is corrupting the temperature data. The more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the more NOAA tampers with the data. Their CO2 warming theory is failing, and instead of altering their theory to match the data, what they're doing is altering the data to match their failed theory. When Judith Curry queried them about this a few years ago, they didn't deny that they were doing this. Instead, they said their algorithm is working as designed. This leads to the obvious question, what exactly is their algorithm designed to do? Let's take a look at some New York Times headlines from the actual third hottest summer on record in 1901. Front page of the New York Times, June 29, 1901. Heat brings death and much suffering. Life rendered almost unbearable in the tenement districts. Chicago sizzles, people are dying. Boston swelters, fatalities. June 30th, 1901. New York wilts in protracted heat. Temperature on the street from 98 to 106 in the shade. Many dead and prostrated. Heavy mortality among horses. July 1st, 1901. The city of Furnace virtually deserted. Death and prostration lists swelled. July 2nd, 1901. Heat's Holocaust in the 5 boroughs. 87 deaths and 178 prostrations. Mark hottest July 1st on record. July 3rd, 1901. Heat brings death to over 200 persons. Several hundred others collapse in stifling atmosphere. And a tornado struck Sing Sing prison that same day. July 4th, 1901. Heat kills 100 over country. Many drop in the street. The summer of 1901 was third hottest on record in the United States, unlike the fake third hottest NOAA is claiming this year. NOAA tampers with the 1901 data, cooling it by more than 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit. But I don't think their data tampering is going to bring the hundreds of people and horses who died from the heat back to life. They can't undo history by data tampering, but they can erase it. By tampering with the data like this, NOAA can declare every single summer to be one of the hottest on record. As they said, their algorithm is working as designed. It's designed to misinform and confuse the public. Toto's been pulling back the curtain on this massive scam for more than 14 years. You can visit him, Kyrie Caesar, Toki and Upla on the web at realclimatescience.com.